Welcome back to the channel, guys. This is Parth-Sarthi, CEO of vijAI Robotics. Today we'll start using the OpenAI API in Python, and I'll be giving you some guidelines for effective prompting. So let's get started. Before moving ahead, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon, like this video and share it. Now let's get into a Jupyter notebook, but before that, what you need to do is get yourself an API key. Right, you can get it from the OpenAI website, right, platform.openai.com, right, and now we need to first of all install the OpenAI library, right, for using the API. So I'll just write here pip install OpenAI, and then I just import OpenAI, okay, right, it has successfully imported, and now I set my API key. Whatever API key you will get, you just copy it from there and you paste it here. Okay, now we'll be using a helper function. Okay, this is a helper function, get response, which we will use to get some kind of response from ChatGPT, right, from the API. Okay, and how we do it, see, first I have made this get response function with two parameters, prompt and model. Now the model we'll be using is GPT 3.5 Turbo. If you are having GPT-4, you can just write a GPT-4 Turbo. Okay. Then I'm giving here something called as messages, in which we are having role as user and then the content as the prompt that has been given by the user. Right, you'll get to understand it as we'll do it. And then we are having a response variable, which will be having the response. I write here openai.chat.completions.create. Inside that, you have to give the model which you're using, the messages. Now, what is the message? It is this one, this variable, right? And the temperature. Now, what is this temperature? We had seen this in the Gemini tutorial also. Temperature is the degree of randomness of the model's output. If you just increase this value, there will be more creativity in the output of the model, but less factualness. Okay. And then we are just returning the response. Okay. You can try to return only the response and then see what is happening. Okay, I'll do it. But first of all, let us try to just use it. And then what I'm doing, I'm writing output equal to my using my get response helper function. Hey, tell me the recipe to make a cup of tea. And now let us see how it works. Okay, so see, this is the response that my model is giving me. Sure, here's a simple recipe to make a cup of tea, ingredients, instructions. Right? Easy, simple. I've created this helper function. Okay, now you may be thinking why I have written this line. And what if you just remove this? Okay, and now try to get the response. Now see, you're getting this kind of an output, right? So for that reason, I had used here dot choices 0 dot message dot content. Okay, now let us move to the 6 strategies to master prompting. This was just a basic how you can use it in Python. Okay. Make sure that you get your API key. Okay. Now coming to the 6 strategies to master prompting. So I've written down here 6 strategies and we'll see them one by one. These are just simple guidelines. Okay. Now the first and foremost is include details in your query to get more relevant answers. Right, you have to include the details in your question. For example, instead of giving a prompt like create a creative story, you can craft a short science fiction story in the style of Isaac Asimov, inspired by the concept of parallel universes, explore the consequences of traveling between them. Right, you get it? I have included here more details into my prompt, and that is what we need to do here. If you include more details, as I had told you in my previous video, you will get a better response. Now, let us just use our get response function, okay, and we'll store it inside output. Output equal to get response, okay, and now I write here, we'll use both of these prompts. Okay, if I write a create a creative story, then let us see what I'm getting in the output. Okay. And then also let me write here output 1 equal to get response. Okay, see, this one, it has come here once upon a time in a small village. So it has made a pretty good story. You can see, you can read it on the right, and you can also try to make it. And now if I give here get response, I'll just copy it what I have written here. Now see, okay, there was some problem. Okay. I need to give here a line continuation character because I'm going to the next line. All right. And I've also given here an example which you guys can use. Okay, so let me just print it. Print output 1. Now see, this one, in the year 2357, humanity had unlocked the secrets of parallel universes. So it is more based on parallel universes, more based on the writing style of Isaac Asimov, right? And so, see, if you include more details, you will get a better result, right? I have given an example of this one. Can you create a website? And you can also try, I want to build a website for my photography portfolio. I need it to be responsive, have a gallery feature, and integrate with social media. Can you help me create the HTML, CSS, JavaScript code for this? Okay, try it. Okay, try it yours. Now, the second strategy is to ask the model to adopt a persona, right? So, in this helper function only, I'll make some changes. Okay, earlier we were just giving here role and user, right? If you see here, I'm just given here the role of a user with the prompt. Okay, now I'll also give another role, which is the system, right? We are having these two kind of roles here, system and user. Okay, user will give the input, system will tell in advance to the model something about the prompt that the user is going to give, how the model has to perform it, right? So the system, what it can do, it can ask the model to adopt a certain persona. Let us see the example. You'll better understand it through the example. I've taken here the role system, and now I'm asking it, you are the customer service representative in a restaurant. Customers will query you about food menu. Make sure that you're polite to the customers and able to provide the best food combination to the customers based on their preferences, right? So I have asked it to adopt the persona of a customer service representative to be polite to the customers and to provide the best food combination to the customers. Now, whatever the prompt the user will give, okay, he will get the response like that of a customer service representative who will be very polite, right? Okay, and the role user, now the content will be the prompt, okay, and everything else is just same. Okay, we can just play with this. I'm giving the temperature as 20, right? And if you ask why I've given these black slashes, this is the line continuation character because we are going to the next line in our string. Let us just run it. Right. Now I'm giving here a prompt. Hey, I am a first-time customer at this restaurant. At the moment, I would prefer some snacks. At a restaurant, what are some of the crispy snacks here? Okay. Let us just store it also. So output 2 equal to get response. Let me just run it. Okay. There's an error. 20 is greater than the maximum of 2. Okay, no problem. So we can just write here 1.6. Okay, now let me just print it. Now see the output. Hello, welcome to our restaurant. We have a variety of crispy and crunchy snacks on our menu that you might enjoy. And you can see the output, guys. The model has adopted the persona of a customer service representative, right? And it leads to better results. If you would have just randomly given this prompt, you would not have got such an amazing answer. Maybe, and maybe not. You should ask or a model to adopt a persona, specifically when you're creating an application. Like suppose we are having an application for a restaurant, right? Then we surely need to include these details, right? From the system side, right? Because it is not just we are randomly opening ChatGPT. No, it's our restaurant's app. So it should, the chatbot should be polite. It should tell about the best combination of food, and there should be much more details about it, right? Now let us move to our next guideline, which is to use delimiters to clearly indicate distinct parts of the input. Delimiters could be single quotes, double quotes, triple quotes, angle brackets, some kind of symbol which can indicate parts of your prompt to the model, right? So I've just basically defined my get response function. Okay. And then now see what I'm doing here. I'm giving here a text. Okay, I've created a variable with some text. And now I want to summarize this long piece of text. So what I'm writing is, I'm writing a get response. Let me just store it in output 3. Get response, summarize the following text and provide me the important highlights. And then what I'm doing is, inside triple quotes, I have given this text. This should be a f string. Okay. So here this text variable will come up, and I have given this inside the triple quotes. Now this will clearly indicate to the model that this piece of text inside the triple quotes has to be summarized. Right. Now let us see the output. Now see, it has summarized this. This was just a piece of text which I had taken from some website, right? And it has just summarized it. Okay. Now here's another one. See, I'm taking a text as input, enter a claim, and then we are asking the model whether this claim is true or false. If so, cite the source. Let me just run it. Okay, I write here, Paris is the capital of Belgium. Okay, and now I have to get the out. False. Paris is actually the capital of France, not Belgium. Similarly, you can try when you're writing some code and getting some error. What you can do is you can ask the model, like, I'm encountering an error while making this program. Please debug the code and help me. And you can just give the code here. Okay, I'm not doing this one. You can try it on your own, right? Now see, the next guideline, which is a very important one and which may prove out to be very helpful to you, right? Which is to specify the steps required to complete a task. And this will be from the system side. This could also be from the user side, right? So see, from the system side, what I'm given here is the user will provide some text in triple quotes, perform the following tasks stepwise. First step is to identify the top 10 keywords of the provided text. Second is to generate a summary of 100 words for the text based on the 10 keywords. And third is to generate a mnemonic-based notes to remember the summary you provided. Okay, so here I've created some steps. And now you'll see that the model's response will be according to your needs, right? Let's just run it. Okay, now I'm having this text. Okay, so I need to store it first of all in output 4. And now try to print output 4. See what a beautiful output it has given me. First, it has given the top 10 keywords, and then given me the summary of it, and then given mnemonic-based notes, data science, extracting insights, multidisciplinary, math, stats, AI, engineering. Now, see the next guideline we are having, which is called few-shot prompting, which is to provide examples to the model, how it should give you the response. You are just giving a simple example, how it should give you the format, the format of the response, how it should be answered, right? See, I have given it from the system side. The user provides some text in triple quotes. you have to generate a dialogue-style conversation between a teacher and a student based on the provided text. Below is an example. Okay, now I'm providing the example here. Teacher, what's up everyone? I have a very interesting question for you all today. Student, what is the question? And then the teacher gives the question, right? So, okay, let me just give the line continuation character. Done. And I write a ... Okay, and now I'll write a output 5 equal to get response, and I'll just paste here the text and let us see the output. Okay, see, amazing. Today we'll be discussing the roles and responsibilities of data scientists in the field of data science. Can anyone tell me what a data scientist is responsible for? And then there is a student who is answering. So this is what is called few shot prompting. Okay, so the next and the last guideline that I'm having for you is to give the model time to think. What does this mean now? See, first of all, I've defined my get response function. Simple, no problem. Now, what I mean from this statement that give the model time to think is that you should ask for some reasoning to the model, right? Like if you see this example, I have given here the model a kind of a mystery, right? And then I ask it, who prefers which mode of transportation? Provide me the explanation based on your reasoning. So you should try to ask the reasoning, right? So that the model tries to think over it just like a human would, not just give you some kind of a random answer, right? If you have done some kind of a math problem or a physics problem, and then you want to ask the model to check your solution whether it's right or wrong. So what you can do is, first of all, ask the model to prepare its own solution and then check it to your solution. Because if the model directly goes to your solution, it may incorrectly state that your solution is correct. So the simple thing is to give the model time to think. That is to divide the task into subtasks, right? And to create a chain of thought for the model. If you are able to do this, create a chain of thought for the model, then it will give you a more reasonable answer. Okay? Try to do that for the example that I provided to you right now. Let us run this one. I've given here a simple mystery to it, right? And the thing is that you are planning a trip with 3 friends, Ajay, Priya and Rahul. Okay, and finally what you have got to do is you can only ask each friend one question about themselves and the preferred mode of transportation, and the responses are given here. Who prefers which mode of transportation? Provide me the explanation behind your reasoning. Okay, simple. Okay, there is some kind of an error here. Line number 11. Right, so I've resolved the error now, and now let us print the answer. Print the response. Say, based on the responses given by Ajay, Priya and Rahul, we can deduce the following. From the above information, we can conclude that Ajay cannot prefer the train or the car, which means he must prefer the plane. This is because if he preferred the car, Priya's statement would be false. See, how does giving me the whole reasoning behind its output? If had I not asked it to provide me the explanation behind its reasoning, it may have just randomly said that Ajay prefers this, Priya prefers this, Rahul prefers this. So that's all from this video. Like this video, share it and subscribe to the channel. And don't forget to press the notification bell. Thank you.